Hi everybody, it's Christina from the art studio at Scrapbook News and Reviews. A couple of years ago, Crafter's Companion brought onto the market a new alcohol marker system called Spectrum Noir, and I did a little introduction video to tell you about the pens. But this year in 2013 there have been some really exciting changes to the pens, and we're now into the next generation of Spectrum Noir. Now, with both pen sets you can refill them. They have all the inks are the same. The colours have not changed from the originals to the new style pens. The nibs are replaceable on both the old and the new system, with the fine end and the chisel end. But the exciting thing that's happened with the second generation, the next generation of pens, are the brush nibs. And these are what will make a lot of difference to your colouring. So let's look at some of the differences in the pens. This is the original pen, this is the new pen. This is a square shape, the new pens are hexagonal. They also have rubber grips on each end where you can hold the pen to colour, and the shape makes it easier for people with dexterity problems to grip the pens. They both have the clicking system for the lids, and it needs to be pushed on. They both need to be stored horizontal for the ink to flow through. But this is slightly larger, which means it will hold a little bit more ink, and the really good concept is that the fine end is finer on this than it was on the old one, but that the chisel end can be changed for the brush nib. Now, if you want to refill the pen, you will take the top off, you will remove the nib, you will refill it through this wider aperture here, pop the nib back in, pop the lid on and leave it horizontal so that the ink can flow through the pen. But if you want to change that nib for a brush nib, then you need to remove the nib, take your brush nib, and if you look, it's in two colours. This is the brush point, the paler colour, and that's just going to go into the end of the pen and push it down so that you're just on the brush nib. Pop your lid back on, leave it horizontal, and that ink will then flow through to the nib. Now, if you wanted to remove that and pop your chisel end back in, you need to take this end off first, and this is the brush end, and it needs to just be pulled off, and then you can take some tweezers or you can just use your fingers and you can pull the rest of this out. But that will then save you damaging that little brush nib on the end. Now, in the sets there are 168 pens, and if you look at the 6 pen sets, they're all colour familied for you. So we have violets and turquoises and pinks. They're divided into cool and warm blends, so you know that these three will work together and give you a perfect blend. And there are 12 sets altogether in 6 pen sets, which will give you 72 pens. But if you wanted to collect the rest, then you can go for the 24 pen sets. The 24 pen sets come in pastels and brights and darks and lights, and they will fill out your collection of pens and make you a really good set to blend everything with. Now, if you look at these numbers and letters on the end, these are the families, and the numbers, the lowest number is the palest colour, the highest number is the darkest colour. So there you have Spectrum Noir, and the 6 pen sets will give you more than enough colour blends to work with, especially if you're new to alcohol marker pens. So I hope you enjoy them. They are a pleasure to work with.